Hey y'all, my name's Allison Lightfoot and I'm a director from Conway, Arkansas. Excited to be sharing a Pampered Chef recipe with you today using the Rock Crock. I love the Rock Crock because you can use it in so many ways. We even have a slow cooker stand that you can get to use with it. But today I'm going to be showing you how to make a one-pot meal in the microwave. It can't get much easier than that. And the recipe I'm using is from the Pampered Chef website. It's the easy No-Stir Risotto. And there are some add-in options that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be putting chicken, spinach, and sun-dried tomatoes in mine. But you could add in any kind of protein and vegetables that you like to make it your own and something that you know your family would enjoy. So just keep that in mind when you're watching.
For this recipe, we need 2 tablespoons of butter divided, 1 medium onion, 3 garlic cloves, 1 cup of uncooked arborio rice, 3½ cups of chicken stock, 2 ounces of fresh Parmesan cheese, and ½ a teaspoon of black pepper.
Okay, so for this recipe, I need a whole medium onion, and it's supposed to be diced. Well, one of my favorite Pampered Chef tools is the electric twist and chop. You can literally chop an onion in like a few seconds, and I'm gonna show you that. So I've already got my onion peeled, and I've started cutting it into sections. You want it to be in at least quarters, but I'm gonna just go ahead and cut it into 8s just to help it chop a little better. This is the twist and chop. You're just gonna put your pieces in there. Put the lid on, twist it like that, and I'm gonna be a little closer. Then you and it's done. You just pop it off. And you can see it all in there. You just take the lid off. And there's your finely diced onion ready to go. If you want it a little, if you want like bigger pieces, there is a pulse option. And also you could use the manual food processor that we have, the food chopper, or just do it the old school way and cut it. But I love using this because it makes it really fast.
So I've got all of my ingredients measured out and prepped. Let's get cooking.
So the first step is we're just going to heat up the Rock Crock on like medium heat. And we had already divided the butter earlier into the 2 different tablespoons. So we're just going to take 1 tablespoon and put it in the Rock Crock and let it heat up. So we're going to let it heat over medium heat for about 3 to 5 minutes or until it's melted. Okay, so once it's melted, you want to just kind of spread it around the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to add our chopped onion. Okay, we're also going to add our garlic cloves, and I love to use the Pampered Chef garlic press. You can just take a whole clove of garlic. You don't even have to take the skin off, and you can just pop it in there, and then you can press it right into your pan. So we're going to do 3 of those. And then we're also going to add our cup of rice in with the onions and garlic. And we're going to stir that around and let it cook for about 3 minutes or until it's lightly toasted. Okay, so while that's toasting, if you hadn't already, you could go ahead and grate your Parmesan cheese. I went ahead and grated mine earlier just to save time, but you know, I showed you the Parmesan I was using earlier. It was in a block, so you would want to grate it. And it says to grate 2 ounces or use ½ a cup if it's already grated. I like to grate my own cheese because it just makes it smoother and I like the flavor better. But again, if you need to save time, you could use already grated cheese. Okay, I've toasted my rice with my onions and garlic, and now we're going to add in our ½ teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to turn the heat off. If you are using an electric stove, you'll want to take it off the burner. And then we're going to pour in our chicken stock as well. We're just going to stir all that good together. Okay, now we're going to cover the Rock Crock with the lid, and we're going to put it in the microwave for 15 to 17 minutes, or until most of the moisture looks like it's absorbed. So don't forget, it's going to be hot. Go ahead ahead and pop that in there. All right, so while that's cooking, we're gonna get our add-ins ready. So as I said before, you could just make the risotto and you don't have to put any add-ins, but I'm gonna use this as more of an entree and I want it to have some protein and vegetables in it. So I'm gonna be getting my chicken, spinach, and sun-dried tomatoes ready. So for the chicken, it says to use 2 cups of diced chicken. So I got my chicken ready earlier. I actually had some smoked leg quarters left over from the weekend, so I just deboned those and chopped them up to make 2 cups. You could also use chicken breast, or I like to buy like a cold rotisserie chicken because they're usually cheaper at the grocery store. I know at my Walmart I can get one for like $4, and you can just take the meat off that and use it in recipes like this, and that saves you time, and it's also pretty cost efficient. The next ingredient I'm going to be adding in is 2 cups of fresh spinach, and I just have the bag of spinach, like this is from Walmart, and I just measured out 2 cups. Okay, so the last add-in I'm going to be using is sun-dried tomatoes, and I'm using this brand right here. You need to use sun-dried tomatoes in oil, but then we're going to drain them and pat them dry. It says half a jar or 3.5 ounces. This one is 8 ounces, so it'll be about half a jar. All right, so my dish just came out of the microwave, and now I'm going to add in my last tablespoon of butter and the grated Parmesan cheese. All right, and now I'm gonna add in my chicken, spinach, and sun-dried tomatoes. It smells really good. I can't wait to try it. All right, I've got it all mixed up good. Now we're just gonna cover it and let it sit for about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and I wanted to take the lid off so you could see how it looks. Delicious. Just stir it around good. Okay, so now the most important part, the taste. Let's see if I can get a good bite here. Mmm, delicious. Mmm. Those sun-dried tomatoes just add so much flavor to it. I love it. All right, that's it. I hope that you will give this recipe a try. If you have any questions about it, please let me know in the comments. I'll also be posting the recipe, the products that I used, and how much everything cost. All right,